The king of Ashur had sent Rabshakeh to revile the living God and to intimidate the people of Jerusalem. Yeshayahu chapter 37. And it was when King Hezekiah heard it that he tore his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of Yahweh. And he sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shobnah the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth, to Yeshayahu the prophet, the son of Amoth. And they said to him, Thus saith Hezekiah, This day is a day of trouble, and of rebuke, and of contumely, for the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. It may be Yahweh thy God will hear the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of Ashur his master hath sent to defy the living God, and will rebuke the words which Yahweh thy God hath heard. For what reason lift up thy prayer for the remnant that is left? So the servants of King Hezekiah came to Yeshayahu, and Yeshayahu said to them, Thus shall ye say to your master, Thus saith Yahweh, Be not afraid of the words that thou hast heard, wherewith the servants of the king of Ashur have blasphemed me. Behold, I will put a spirit in him, and he shall hear tidings, and shall return to his own land, and I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. So Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Ashur warring against Lebanon, for he had heard that he was departed from Lachish. And he heard say concerning Tarhakah, king of Cush, He is come out to fight against thee. And when he heard it, he sent messengers to Hezekiah, saying, Thus shall ye speak to Hezekiah, king of Yehudah, saying, Let not thy God, in whom thou trustest, deceive thee, saying, Jerusalem shall not be given into the hand of the king of Ashur. Behold, thou hast heard what the kings of Ashur have done to all lands, by destroying them utterly, and shalt thou be delivered? Have the gods of the nations delivered them, which my fathers have destroyed, Gozan, and Haran, and Retheph, and the children of Eden that were in Talashar? Where is the king of Hamath, and the king of Arapad, and the king of the city of Sepharwaim, of Hanah, and Awah? And Hezekiah received the letter from the hand of the messengers, and read it. And Hezekiah went up to the house of Yahweh, and spread it before Yahweh. And Hezekiah prayed to Yahweh, saying, O Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, that sittest above the cherubim, thou art the God, even thou alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. Thou hast made skies and earth. Incline thy ear, O Yahweh, and hear. Open thy eyes, O Yahweh, and see, and hear all the words of Sennacherib, who hath sent to defy the living God. Of a truth, Yahweh, the kings of Ashur have laid waste all the countries and their land, and have cast their gods into the fire, for they were no gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them. Now therefore, O Yahweh our God, save us from his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou art Yahweh, even thou only. Then Yeshayahu the son of Amoth sent to Hezekiah, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, the God of Israel, Whereas thou hast prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Ashur, this is the word which Yahweh hath spoken concerning him. The virgin daughter of Theon hath despised thee, and laughed thee to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem hath shaken her head at thee. Whom hast thou defied and blasphemed? And against whom hast thou exalted thy voice, and lifted up thy eyes on high? Even against the Holy One of Israel. By thy servants hast thou defied the Lord, and hast said, With the multitude of my chariots am I come up to the height of the mountains, to the innermost parts of Lebanon, and I will cut down the tall cedars thereof, and the choice fir trees thereof, and I will enter into its farthest height, the forest of its fruitful field. I have digged and drunk water, and with the sole of my feet will I dry up all the rivers of Masor. Hast thou not heard how I have done it long ago, and formed it of ancient times? Now have I brought it, that it should be thine to lay waste fortified cities into ruinous heaps. Therefore their inhabitants were of small power, they were dismayed and confounded. They were as the grass of the field, and as the green plant, as the grass on the housetops, and as a field of grain before it is grown up. But I know thy sitting down, and thy going out, and thy coming in, and thy raging against me. Because of thy raging against me, and because thy arrogancy is come up into my ears, therefore will I put a hook in thy nose, and my bridle in thy lips, and I will turn thee back by the way by which thou camest. And this for thee shall be the sign. Ye shall eat this year that which groweth of itself, and in the second year that which springeth of the same, and in the third year sow ye, and reap, and plant vineyards, and eat the fruit thereof. And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Yehudah shall again take root downward, and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go forth the remnant, and out of Mount Zion they that shall escape. The zeal of Yahweh of hosts will perform this. Therefore thus saith Yahweh concerning the king of Ashur, He shall not come to this city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor shall he come before it with shield, nor cast up a mound against it. By the way that he came, by the same shall he return, and he shall not come to this city, saith Yahweh. For I will defend this city to save it, for my own sake, and for my servant David's sake. And Yahweh's messenger went forth, and smote in the camp of Ashur 180 and 5,000. And when men arose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies. So Sennacherib, king of Ashur, departed, and went and returned, and dwelt at Nineveh. And it was as he was worshipping in the house of Nesarach his god, that Hadramelech and Sharahathar his sons smote him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Hurart, and Esarhaddon his son reigned in his stead. In those days was Hezekiah sick toward death.